the very fact that the March for Science is on Earth Day suggests that this is about politics, this is about a philosophical agenda, this is about, indeed, the negation of science. Because what does Earth Day represent? Earth Day is like a march to scare people into believing that the world is gonna end any day now. All because of you, because of our human activity. Earth Day is an anti-man, anti-life, anti-industrialization, anti-human progress, anti-science day. That's what Earth Day is. Anti-progress, anti-technology. It's about shutting us down. And yet they want to pretend that they are the rational defenders of science. But think about what Earth Day represents. Earth Day was started in 1970 by the ecology movement, back then it was called, that later morphed into the environmentalist movement. And what is the premise of Earth Day? I have a quote from an article I was reading. It says, "The Earth is dying. The science is clear. It's so easy and obvious. So why can't all of you understand it? Really? The Earth is dying? The Earth is going to kill us? I mean, give me a break. Human beings have this millennial, end of the world. It's almost scenario embedded in their minds that keeps coming back over and over and over again. We're going to die of overpopulation. We're going to die of global cooling. We're going to die of cancer because of all the chemicals we spew out. We're going to die because the world is getting warmer. And yet, life expectancy goes up. The health of people all across the planet is improving. Life is becoming better. We're becoming wealthier. Particularly people in poor countries are becoming wealthier. So instead of, celebrating human life, human achievement, human progress, human health, the human environment, which is getting better and better all the time, our water's cleaner, our air is cleaner. Instead, they constantly, no matter what we do to clean the environment, they constantly tell us that we're on the verge of destruction, that we need to do something dramatic to save ourselves. And usually that something dramatic is stop, halt, don't live, don't use carbon fuels, don't drive your car, sacrifice. We are on the verge of ending the world unless we take over and stop industrialization and stop technological progress. It's sad that these environmentalists have managed to co-opt science because they don't represent science. They represent a religion. They represent mass hysteria. They represent emotionalism, panic, fear. I don't think this Earth Day has anything to do with science. I think Earth Day is anti-science, and to combine the two means that the environmentalists are trying to steal the idea of science and make it theirs, when the idea of science should be in the hands of those who believe in freedom and capitalism and reason and individualism. Science does not align to the political left. Science aligns with freedom, with progress. One of the signs that these people are not really pro-science is that if you believe that carbon fuels are causing real damage to the earth, then why doesn't everybody, advocate for nuclear energy? And nuclear energy is clean. Nuclear energy has no carbon footprint. Nuclear energy is unbelievably safe. There have been fewer deaths in the nuclear power plants all around the world than from windmills and solar panels, never mind gas and coal and all this other stuff. It's unbelievably safe, it's expensive because of all the massive regulations that exist, so that nobody wants to build a nuclear power plant in the United States because government has made it so expensive. But why doesn't everybody advocate for more research in nuclear power plants to lower the costs and to create small nuclear power plants all around the world to produce cheap, efficient, clean electricity? I mean, if they advocated for that, then I would say, okay, maybe there's something here, but I don't trust their science. When? Because I don't think it's really science. When their solution is always, whatever the problem is, the solution is stop living, stop producing, stop industrialization, shut down carbon, shut down oil, shut down coal, when these things are scientifically unbelievably good. So I just don't buy the whole environmentalism. It's become a religion, not a science. I'm not against cleaning the environment for human beings. I think there are plenty of mechanisms to do that without massive regulations or massive government institutions in order to enforce it. We can use science to change our environment, to make our lives better, and we can do it in a way that is not going to lead us to die. We're not that stupid. We're not that ignorant. And indeed, it's science that what protects us from being too stupid and too ignorant. So let's have real science, not nonpartisan science.